Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the reading of Dialectic, Spiritualism, a Vedic view on Western philosophy by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Presently this book is published under the name Beyond Illusion and Doubt, and we are Shravanam Diaries podcast. I'm your host Sulalita Devidasi. We are going to complete chapter number 9 today, entitled Darwin. And after that, we're going to sing a bhajan entitled Haraya Nama Krishna, Yadavaya Namaha. Today is Ekadashi, a beautiful day for Shravanam and Kirtanam. And I know that in the trailer of our podcast, we have promised to put bhajans here and there. And it's been kind of, the idea has been thought, and I was contemplating how to make it in the best way. So now we have come up with some kind of idea that every now and then on Ekadashis we will have some bhajan, especially now. Yesterday I was reading this chapter about Darwin and how Srila Prabhupada, he was so, fiery when it came to some ridiculous imaginative evidences. So I was thinking that having a bhajan in between would be really, really nice. So right now we're going to finish this chapter, then we're going to read a translation of the bhajan, and I'm going to tell you a story about Srila Prabhupada which is related to this bhajan, and then we're going to sing the bhajan. So stay tuned, and here we go. So yes, yesterday we stopped at the point that Darwin missed the whole point because he had no information about the soul. Disciple. They say that all living things tend to evolve from lower to higher. In the history of the earth, Srila Prabhupada, that may be accepted. For example, in an apartment building, there are two kinds of apartments. First-class apartments, second-class apartments, third-class apartments. According to your desire and qualification, as you are fit to pay the rent, you are allowed to move up to the better apartments. But the different apartments are already there. They are not evolving. The residents are evolving by moving to new apartments as they desire. Disciple, as they desire. Srila Prabhupada, yes. According to our mentality, at the time of death, we get another apartment, another body. But the apartment is already there. Not that I'm creating the apartment. And the classes of apartments are fixed at 8,400,000. Just like the hotel keeper. He has experience of his customers coming and wanting different kinds of facilities. So he has made all sorts of accommodations to oblige all kinds of customers. Similarly, this is God's creation. He knows how far a living entity can think, so he has made all these different species accordingly. When God thinks, come on here, nature obliges. Prakrite kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashaha. Bhagavad Gita 3.27. Nature is offering facility. God, Krishna, is sitting in the heart of the living entity as Paramatma, and he knows, quote, he wants this. Just imagine the Lord is in your heart, and whatever you want, he knows about this. He says he wants this. So, the Lord orders nature, give him this apartment, and the nature obliges. Yes, come on, here is your apartment. This is the real explanation. Disciple, I understand and accept that But I'm still puzzled as to why there is no geological evidence that in former times on this planet there were more complex forms. Srila Prabhupada. Why are you taking geological evidence as final? Is it final? Science is progressing. You cannot say it is final. Disciple. But I have excavated all parts of the world, and every time, Srila Prabhupada, no, you have not excavated all parts of the world. Disciple, well, on 7 continents, Srila Prabhupada, 7 continents is not the whole world. You say you have excavated the whole world, but we say no, not even an insignificant portion. So your knowledge is limited. Dr. Frog has examined his 3-foot wide well, and now he claims to know the ocean. Experimental knowledge is always imperfect, because one experiments with imperfect senses. Therefore, scientific knowledge must be imperfect. Our knowledge, our source of knowledge, is different. We do not depend on experimental knowledge. Now you see no dinosaurs, nor have I seen all the 8,400,000 different forms of life. But my source of knowledge is different. You are an experimenter with imperfect senses. I have taken knowledge from the perfect person who has seen everything, who knows everything. Therefore, my knowledge is perfect. Say, for example, that I receive knowledge from my mother. Here is your father. But you are trying to search out your father on your own? You don't go to your mother and ask. You just search and search. Therefore, no matter how much you search, your knowledge will always remain imperfect. Disciple. And your knowledge says that millions of years ago, there were higher forms of life on this planet. Srila Prabhupada. Oh yes, because our Vedic information is that the first created being is the most intelligent person within the universe. Lord Brahma, the cosmic engineer. So how can we accept your theory that intellect develops by evolution? We have received our Vedic knowledge from Brahma, who is so perfect. Dr. Frog has studied his 3-foot well, his little reservoir of water. The Atlantic Ocean is also a reservoir of water, but there is a vast difference. Dr. Frog cannot inform us about the Atlantic Ocean. But we take information, we take knowledge from the one who has made the Atlantic Ocean. So our knowledge is perfect. By the way, I have actually heard that it's also a Japanese proverb that they also say that somebody who knows a small well doesn't know the greatness of the ocean. So you see, it's all coming from one source. Dr. Frog. So, and Srila Prabhupada, obviously, he's quoting some scriptures, Vedic scriptures. So, disciple. But wouldn't there be evidence in the earth, some remains? Srila Prabhupada. Our evidence is intelligence, not stones and bones. Our evidence is intelligence. We get Vedic information by disciplic succession from the most intelligent. It is coming down by Shruti, hearing. Vyasadeva heard from Narada. Narada heard from Brahma millions and millions of years ago. millions and billions of our years pass, and it is not even one day for Brahma. So millions and millions of years are not very astounding to us. But Brahma was born of Krishna, and intelligent philosophy has been existing in our universe from the date of Brahma's birth. Brahma was first educated by God, and his knowledge has been passed down to us in the Vedic literature. So we get such intelligent information in the Vedas. But those so-called scientists and philosophers who do not follow the system of descending knowledge, who do not accept knowledge thus received from higher authorities, they can't have any perfect knowledge, no matter what research work they carry out with their blunt senses. So whatever they say, we take it as imperfect. Our method is different from theirs. They are searching after dead bones, and we are searching after living brains. I love this. Oh, this is so funny. They're searching after dead bones, and we are searching after living brains. Wow. This point should be stressed. They are dealing with dead bones, and we are dealing with living brains. So which should be considered better? This is just so... Jai. So tomorrow we will start chapter number 10, entitled Mill, the Briton John Stuart Mill. His was philosophy of utilitarianism. All right. So, and now we will start with the Bhajan. So today we're going to sing Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. I'll read the translation of the Bhajan right after we sing it, and also I will share one story which is connected with this Bhajan. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Rama Shrimadu Sudana Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohan Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Echar Gosair Kori Charana Vandan Jaha Hoite Biganash Avishta Puran Echar Gosair Jar Muhita Radas Tasa Parapadarenu Mora Panchakas Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas Janame Hari Ei Avilas Janame Hari Ei Avilas Janame Hari Ei Avilas. Echai Gosai Chabe Bracha Koila Bas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Braja Brindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Maja Iyaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Kori Ash Nama Sankirtana Kohe Narottama Das Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Kori Ash Nama Sankirtana Kohe Narottama Das Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Janame Janame Hai Eya Bilas, Eya Bilas, Eya Bilas, Janame Janame Hai Eya Bilas, 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 Janame Janame Hai Eya Bilas, Eya Bilas, Eya Bilas, Janame Janame Hai Translation. O Lord Hari, O Lord Krishna, I offer my obeisances to you, who are known as Hari, Yadava, Madhava, and Keshava. O Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Shri Madhusudana, Giridhari Gopinath, and Madana Mohana. All glories to Shri Chaitanya and Nityananda, all glories to Shri Advaita Acharya and his consort, Shri Sita Thakurani. All glories to Lord Hari, to the spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. All glories to Shri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. I offer my obeisances to the feet of these 6 Goswamis. By bowing to them, all obstacles to devotion are destroyed and all spiritual desires are fulfilled. I am the servant of that person who is a servant of these 6 Goswamis. The dust of their lotus feet is my 5 kinds of foodstuffs. This is my desire, that birth after birth I may live with those devotees who serve the lotus feet of these 6 Goswamis. When these 6 Goswamis lived in Vraja, they revealed the lost holy places and explained the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Just shout the names of Lord Hari in great ecstasy and worship the transcendental realm of Vrindavan, while absorbing your mind in meditation upon the divine feet of the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. Desiring to serve the lotus feet of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, Narottam Das sings this Sankirtana of the holy names of Lord Hari. Jai. So, one time, my Guru Maharaj, he was in Vrindavan in October 1977, and he describes this as a defining moment in his Krishna consciousness. One time he was standing outside the door of Srila Prabhupada's house, and he saw Srila Prabhupada's god brother, Srila Akinchana Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj. And he took him to Srila Prabhupada upon his request. And he describes that he was there. He could see both of them, Srila Prabhupada and Akinchana Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj. And he says that he was wondering, what will they talk about? 2 pure devotees. And what happened was, Srila Prabhupada, he would crack a joke. And Babaji Maharaj would laugh. And then Babaji Maharaj would crack a joke. And then Srila Prabhupada would laugh. So they would both joke and laugh. And then Srila Prabhupada would stop and he would say, Tadera charana sevi bhakta sanivas, janabe janame haya eya bilas. So during that exchange, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly quoted Narottam Das Thakur. He quoted this bhajan that we just sang, that this is my desire, that birth after birth I may live with those devotees who serve the lotus feet of the 6 Goswamis. And when my Guru Maharaj sings this bhajan, he emphasizes this point that Janame Janame Hai Ei Abhilas, that Bhakta Sanivas Janame Janame Hai Ei Abhilas, that this is our desire. Guru Seva Deobas Ei Abhilas, Vrindavana Deobas Ei Abhilas, that all of these spiritual aspirations, this is our desire. Birth after birth. So, yes. So thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you next time. Hare Krishna. If you would like to sing these bhajans on your own, I'm preparing a page where I will be presenting some books from which you can find them, and the page where these bhajans will be kept that we record in these podcasts, but this will be later on. So thank you again. Hare Krishna.